Alrighty folks, welcome back to another Pokemon card mail day. It is a relatively quiet Tuesday morning. Usually I update the videos on Wednesday. I think this one will be uploaded on Wednesday as well, but I have a couple of particular things that I want to talk to you about. So I started posting some new shorts of every sale that I make of 50 bucks and up. And we start off today's video with telling you all that it seems very flashy if you see all those sales in a row. But the reality is that I'm really lucky with every sale of 50 bucks and over, and today we're going to take a look at two sales that just happened yesterday, with coming in the first sale with untracked letter shipping, just regular postage stamp, and we have one Xerneas EX that is worth some money from set Celebrations, the classic collection subset of the set, and besides we have these three considered bulk cards. Now this sale was 8 bucks, this card was about 7 bucks. And you also have to take into account that the profit margin on Pokemon cards is usually for me between 10 and 30%. Now I pulled these 3 Pokemon cards myself, so I already lost money on opening a booster pack. But if you are willing to spend some time and do some research, you can find these reversed holographics, for example, for below 30 cents a piece. I sold this one for 20 cents, while it is only a 3-cent card if you buy it in bulk. So if I did actually purchase these cards in a bulk lot for around 3 cents a piece, maybe the reverse holos 10 cents a piece, yes, then I made some money, but in reality it is only 20 cents a card. And this card I purchased recently from 2 friends. I think that video is already up as well. I think I paid the lowest card market price for it, about 5 bucks. I sold this entire lot for 8 bucks. I made about 2 to 3 bucks on this one. The more expensive the cards, the lower the margin usually gets. Moving on to the second order, I already packed this, but then I decided I wanted to create this video to show you all what the reality is. So this is how I usually send my untracked letter shipments. Piece of cardboard, a sealed team bag. And then we obviously have the bubble mailers. And even for cards like these, I was able to sell these for 30 cents a piece as well. Eevee is a very popular Pokemon. 4 pictures per card usually. And then we have a card that is a little bit more expensive currently. It was 30 cents for the longest of time. I was even able to get it for 10 cents a piece, but that was when Celebrations just had been released, so the market was flooded with these cards. So I sold this card for 3 bucks. I think I purchased it in the same lot as the Xerneas EX for my buddies, the Celebrations cards. So I made 1 buck on this card. These bulk cards have been sitting in my inventory for years. I opened Pokemon Go and Evolving Skies actually myself, so they're sitting around for years literally. And finally someone purchased them for 30 cents a piece, 3 bucks. This entire order was something like 5 bucks including shipping. Unfortunately, it is not all 50 bucks and over. These kind of orders are far more regular. And basically what it comes down to, I have to sell 1,000 of these orders in order to get 1,000 bucks profit. Fellow Pokemon card sellers know how much effort you have to put in to make a sale basically. Sorting the bulk, checking the condition, listing the cards online, making the pictures. And when that part is finally done, you have to talk to the customers, prepare all the orders, ship them out by usually going to the postal office. So folks, it's now 1 hour after recording the initial video, but I wanted to do a short interruption because I forgot to mention something. It is now entirely coincidental that this happened, but it is a great example for the video. It is another problem of listing bulk cards like this Pikachu from Silver Tempest in separate listings. If you happen to buy a Pokemon card bulk lot on a website like TCG Player, you might be lucky and find one of those Pikachus. Those lots usually go for 1,000 cards for 30 to 50 bucks or so. But the problem with listing these cards individually is that if someone is going to buy it with tracked shipping in a tracked letterbox, and I have put this card up for sale for 39 cents. Now it doesn't happen too frequently, lucky enough for me, but on occasion people buy a single card like this and then they pay 5 bucks for shipping a tracked letterbox. The only problem is that if you do that, you only pay for the shipping label. So you have this card for 50 cents, you have the shipping label 5 bucks, but guess what? You can't just put this card in the mailbox and let it be delivered like this. No, you have to package the actual card. Now here are some expenses that come along with a tracked letterbox order. So we have a team bag here that is close to 10 cents a piece. I don't have distribution or anything, I'm still doing this just for the hobby, trying to sell single cards and purchase new cards with the money that I got from sales. So that is 10 cents, then we have a 20-cent top loader here. Moving into another 10-cent bubble mailer, and besides the top loader we have another 20 cents here spent on the letterbox itself. So I spent like 60 cents of my own money in order to ship out this 50 cents card. I actually lose 10 cents on this entire order. Now luckily for me I have to go to the postal office anyways to ship it out, because I have a lot of other orders that I have already packed and needed to be shipped out as well. But I have time spent listing the card, sorting the card, doing all that like you will hear in the video later on probably. All to lose 10 cents. Now you can cancel the order, but I rather just ship it out losing 10 cents. This doesn't happen too frequently, usually people buy a stack of cards. But yeah, it happens on occasion, and some sellers tend to cancel the order if they see this. But I just ship it out, hope for a 5-star feedback rating, and move on with the life basically. Now back to the video. So for the next part of this video I wanted to show you some Pokemon cards that I'm about to list online. We have to check if some cards have sold, then I can replace this inventory. In this short video you have seen I was able to sell one Fanfare Celebrations Radiant collection, I believe, a simplified Chinese card, so we have to replenish that one. With some cards you're able to get a little bit more profit than others. I was able to get $2 profit on this card, buying it for 8, selling it for 10. With cards like these, if you purchase them for 50 cents to $1 each and you have to pay shipping from the seller to your house, I have to take into account that as well. So if I pay $1.50 and I'm able to sell it for $1.80 or perhaps $2, I only make 50 cents. You have to sell 1,000 cards for $500. When you watch those vendor POV videos, and especially the more popular vendors, you see that they are only purchasing slabs. PSA, Beckett, CGC graded slabs for only the amount of $100 and over. They are not even willing to burn their hands anymore on these type of cards. I don't have enough money to be able to get a large inventory of cards worth $100 and over. I think the margins on these kind of cards are already also really slim. I think those vendors try to get a 10%, 20%, 30% profit as well on each card, and it is also very dependable on the fluctuations in the market. I think we sold a Donphan for $3, so we have to replace that one, and I just sold the Rocket Zapdos as well, but I'm going to wait a little bit with replenishing this stock. Usually I wait a day or two. When the customer sends a message they received the order, then I will replace that inventory. Some Pikachus, I'm afraid I paid way too much. Last week I made a video where I showed that I purchased all these celebrations cards and I have not sold one of them. I also like to work with only Ultra Pro transparent card sleeves, and you see I got this collection in and they're all in the celebrations ETB sleeves. Now it is pretty cool and I sometimes add these kind of sleeves for free into orders. But for me, to make everything look very consistent, don't make too much variations. I have to re-sleeve all these cards, which takes up some time as well. And the downside of these sleeves is that you can't see the backside of the card very easily, which is necessary in order to determine the condition. Here we have the next stack of cards, a very cool Steelix, some Full Art Pokemon cards, and then the Sun and Moon promos of the Charizard. I purchased a lot of these Pikachus as well. Still have a lot left. At the start they started to sell pretty well, but I think I saturated the market and now we have to wait some time before new people are interested in buying these kind of Pikachu V promos. I think I have to put up one more Zacian for sale. I was going to do this process anyways today, so I thought why not make a video about it. Hopefully it is entertaining and informative as well. Some of these Pikachu Vs. So a couple of weeks ago I said that the sales volume was declining. I really noticed that. And on that note, to adapt, I wanted to change my own buying behavior as well. I planned to buy less of these art rares, Pokemon that people might not be so familiar with. Although I do really like this card, but it has not sold. I purchased a couple of them. I think I way overspent on these cards. So I said to myself I'm only going to buy Pikachu cards and Charizard cards from now on. At least mainly I wanted to have 70 to 80% only cards with popular Pokemon on them, like Pikachu, Charizard, Mew, Mewtwo, Blastoise and Venusaur, Gyarados obviously. So in order to get more funds freed up, I'm going to sell some of these cards with a little bit of a loss, or at least I'm trying to lower the profit margin on these. I just want to move them quicker. And the plan is going well so far. I've been purchasing more 151 cards. You've seen those Pikachu Vs, 2 different types of Pikachu Vs, and then the Sun and Moon Blackstar promo Charizard. And I want to invest some more money in sealed product as well, that will not be up for sale again, on the short term at least. And for these cards as well, I mean the trainer galleries are really gorgeous cards. I purchased a lot of them in the last 2 years, I believe. I paid between $1.50 and $2 a piece. That's the approximate amount including shipping. And then I'm trying to sell them for between $2.50 and $3 a piece. Now I thought they would all go together up in value, but it seemed like some of them has gone up in value and most of them haven't moved quite a bit. So as this might start to add up, if you have a buck per card or $2 per card, yes, you have a couple of $100 here. And that is sitting and it is not moving. I have of every card already one listed. Maybe if I relist it, it will be back up on the top of the advertisements again. But it feels like the demand has really fallen off for these cards. The Galarian galleries as well as the trainer galleries too. So I want to at least halve my inventory on these on the short term. Some cool cards we can put up online again for today. And I'm still waiting for the mailman, so probably after this episode there will be a lot more cards coming in. And for the final part of this video, if I'm able to sell these cards, I'm not going to purchase back for every penny a new card. But like I said, I want to go back into buying some more sealed product for my personal Pokemon card collection, as I did as well in the year 2022-2023. Because during that time I purchased, for example, this Sun and Moon box of Remix Bout. To some people this artwork might be familiar. There are a lot of bigger Pokemon card YouTubers that use this artwork as a playmat. I think personally that is really cool. But for condition checking I really need the black background. I was about to display this booster box and before I'm going to do that, I wanted to show the booster box off on the channel. I purchased it in 2022 or 2023 for about $200. I have some more Sun and Moon boxes that are around the same price point. I think currently it is going for $350, but you really have to take into account the liquidity. So from $200 to $350, it's almost doubled the value in the last 2 years. I expect the value might go down a little bit since we're going into a downward market trend currently in every Pokemon card aspect almost. Obviously there are always outliers. The one that I regret missing out on is the Sky Legend booster box. I wish I purchased more of those. I don't have any currently. I also wish I purchased more of those Remix Bout boxes. I'm looking into buying some Sword and Shield Japanese booster boxes. I think these really display very well. And yeah, maybe there are some Scarlet Violet booster boxes that are worth picking up in Japanese too. When I first picked up the Glory of Team Rocket, the Destined Rivals Japanese booster boxes, I overspent way too much. The price dropped with 30% from the price point where I purchased it. I purchased 3 and I think I could have purchased at least 1 more or got 1 more for free if I waited a little bit longer with buying it. But on the contrary, I purchased the Black Bolt and White Flare regular booster boxes in Japanese for a way better price point. So there are really, if you look around, good pickups. I think Black Bolt is a really great set, even in Japanese booster boxes. I'm going to try to purchase some more Elite Trainer boxes in English as well. I really want the Mewtwo and Giovanni Destined Rivals Elite Trainer box. I planned for myself to purchase a Black Bolt and White Flare Elite Trainer box as well. But I think $80, 70 to $80 for an ETB is still a little bit too expensive. If the prices drop to about $60, hopefully they drop to $50, so it will be 60 including shipping, yeah, then I'm gonna purchase some. On the other hand, if you see what Pokemon investing, what the power behind it is, what will happen to these items over time price-wise, you shouldn't worry too much about $10. I bet $200 for this box wasn't even the cheapest at the time, and now it almost doubled the value after 2 years. But you really have to find the balance between that. If something is just released, it will be a little bit more expensive and you can probably buy it later on for a bit cheaper. But it's not always the case with very scarce or rare items. Let's call it less produced items. Maybe you can call it gatekeeping. people stocking up on them and then reselling them for a really high price compared to what the MSRP is, for example. Because the stores that have the MSRP are scalped right away, so if it is being released in waves, chances are you will never find the product on the shelves. But as Pokemon has proven with, for example, Prismatic Evolutions, also 151, it was so widespread available. Bringing us to the last potential purchase that I want to do is at least the Team Rocket or the Destined Rivals UPC. It's a bit of a shame that it doesn't contain so much Destined Rivals booster packs, but still I think it is a gorgeous UPC. I have the 151 and the Celebrations UPC and the Charizard UPC as well. And then obviously I can't miss out on the Phantasmal Flames ETB and also the Phantasmal Flames or Charizard X UPC. I really would like to have those. Those are on my wish list, but I really have to save up some money basically. It is not all for free. I have to sell a lot of Pokemon cards in order to be able to fund those new collection purchases because I don't want to spend a lot of new money going into Pokemon. I want to sell what I have, buy some new cards to sell again, and then also on the side purchase some sealed products for my personal collection. So I've been rambling now for a really long time. It's time to end the video here, and thanks everybody for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments what you think of my plans. What are your own plans? Leave a like on the video and I'll catch you all on the next episode. Have a good day, folks.